off to Spurs then, a ground where in recent years City's results haven't been as good as they could have been, so it's a big one today. Hopefully the Blues can get a victory and keep the pressure on Arsenal, who slipped up yesterday. Luckily today as well, because of my sponsorship deal with RRG, who own a string of car sales rooms all around the northwest area, I'm driving in a state-of-the-art Lexus, the sort of car I could only dream or aspire to owning, but it's a lovely car, really enjoying the journey so far. The only thing wrong with it, because it's a lovely colour, is that the upholstery has got a bit of red in it. I suppose I have to cope with that. And this is the away end at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Used to be White Hart Lane right next door. So let's find out what fans, City fans anyway, are thinking ahead of this one, which obviously is a must-win game given the complexities of the current title race.
Well, we're from the Belgian branch again. You've seen us before, and well, I'm hopeful. So this is the time of the season we've got to step up. So if they all turn up, there's no reason why we can't get a good result.
I saw something on social media suggesting that at least one Tottenham fan's quite happy to lose home and away to City if it stops Arsenal winning the league.
Yeah, but they have to get top four, so I don't buy into any of that. You know, they'll be up for it. So and they always fancy themselves against us. So I think we've really got to play well. So I'm nervous but confident. You know?
Beat them.
Yeah.
4-2 only a couple of weeks
ago.
ago.
Exactly. I mean, we have the players, and we've got the craft and the guile. So yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't do it. So come on, City.
My name's Evan. I'm originally from San Diego, California, but my dad was born in Manchester, so I've been a City fan all my life. 27 now, so I've seen him on tour at the States, but this is my first Premier League experience, so I'm absolutely buzzing to see it in person.
This is actually an NFL ground as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Can't say too much of a big fan of that football, but I like this. I prefer this one much more.
What do you think about today then? I mean, City beat them 4-2 a couple of weeks ago, but it's a big one now, isn't it?
Big match because Arsenal dropped points. I want to close the gap here and close it to 2, so I'm really excited. Can't wait for it.
Is there one particular play you're looking forward to seeing?
I like Haaland, new signing. Kevin De Bruyne, of course. I was a goalkeeper growing up, so I like Ederson too. Hope he keeps a clean sheet. But yeah, I can't say I'm excited to see everyone. Really, I like Phil Foden. Anyone really. I haven't seen the starting lineup, so I'll be excited to see it when I get in.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Ian. I appreciate it. Thank you.
First game down at Tottenham, White Hart Lane, 79, 80, I think it was, Ian, back in the bad old days, or the good old days, however you remember it. White Hart Lane was a tough place to come. The new stadium's a tough place to come, albeit that football has improved a lot since those bad old days.
What are you expecting today then?
Well,
we haven't scored yet here, have we?
It goes without saying. I mean, being City fans, we're always grounded, aren't we? So let's score a goal first, and then worry about what we can do next, I think, is the answer. But no, it goes. We need a win today. We do need a win, and if we don't win, don't lose the game. I think it's the first thing, because every point counts at this moment in time. And I would say with Arsenal, welcome to the race for the Premier League, because this is a business end now for them, and they'll realise now they've got 18 cup finals to go, as have we, and the best team will come out at the end of it.
Yeah, I am excited to experience a live City game. Just feel the fans and just all the, I don't know, songs and chants, and just seeing some of my favorite players play.
You've experienced soccer, as you call it, in America.
Yes.
It's very different here.
Yes, I've heard. I have really heard, so I'm excited to see real football. So, so I'm just excited to see what today's going to bring.
After yesterday, massive. We win, 2 points behind, and then the game in hand is against us. So every game's massive, obviously, but even more so, especially coming to a place here where mentally, are we struggling here? I don't know, but today, good energy in the team. Let's press on and get a good few points, I think.
It's tempting whenever City have a group of games like this with Tottenham and then Arsenal, which is next but one, to say these are the crucial games, but it'll carry on anyway, won't it, whatever the scorelines are?
Yeah, all games are big. You can't pinpoint them when you're throwing points away against Everton and Brentford at home. Games should win. So if you don't do the business in those games, you can't blame it when you don't do it elsewhere. So every game's massive, especially when you're behind.
No Conte today. Is that going to make any difference to Tottenham?
I don't think so. No, I think this is a great ground. Tottenham are well up for it. This is a chance for us to make a mark, I think, against Arsenal today. This is to show our mentality. We're winners. They're new boys. We've got to show them who's in charge here. And I reckon we're going to stroll to a 3-0 win today.
What do you think of the stadium? I don't know if you've been here before.
Yeah, I've been here a couple of times. It's tremendous. It's a marking where stadium design should be at the moment.
I mean, there's some talk that the North Stand at the Etihad could be modelled on that end up there. Is that something you'd approve of?
I would do. Yeah, I mean, architecturally it's the way to go, but like all things, you need the people to fill it, don't you? I mean, if we've got 20,000 people sat on the hands, what use is that? You know, we need, no matter what the ground is, you need people to get up there and start shouting the lads on, don't you?
And obviously I know you go home and away and everything. How does this compare to what you see around Europe, really?
I think only the Wanda Metropolitano, I think that's the only one that runs it close. Especially in this country, I think it's the best by a mile. I think it really is the benchmark.
Interesting team selection. I'm not quite sure what formation that's going to be, but personally, I would never not play Kevin De Bruyne. You know, Kev's I think the greatest player we've ever had at this club, and I know that's a tough call to make, particularly with you, Ian, with Colin. But yeah, listen, it's a ground we've never scored on before, so let's take the player out of our team who creates the most chances. That's a joke, of course. You know, listen, we've got to trust in Pep, and let's see what the 90 minutes brings.
Here's a question for you. There's a big debate at the moment about if the North Stand is extended as to whether to go for something like Tottenham here. I've just been speaking to a couple of fans. What do you think?
Yeah, listen, I think if we can recreate that sort of thing at the Etihad Stadium, absolutely. I think it's an opportunity to restructure the vocal support at one end of the ground with a big bank like that. So I think if City can do that, the problem is the amount of land behind the stadium, I think, might be the issue. But if we can do that, we should definitely do it, in my opinion.
Enjoy the game.
No worries, Ian. And you.
Manchester City Football Club. And please welcome today's mascots presented to you by Euro Tyre, as well as the two teams, Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur.
First half, to be honest, I thought it was slow getting going. I'm surprised Kev weren't playing. They've done nothing really, but we've not done much. We need to. When we played them at home and we got at them second half, they panicked and that we're all over them. We're giving them too much respect. We need to get at them again, get it quick. We need to play quicker through the midfield. Bernardo's doing great. Get it up to to Jack Grealish, into Haaland, out to Mahrez. We need to attack quicker. That's all. I think we can get 2 or 3 here second half.
Still confident like
I am still confident. I think we can still get out of these. They're not great. They've done nothing. We're playing too slow again. So that's all. But I think we'll win. I'm confident. Come on, the Blues. Get in there, City.
Not much to say, Cheesy. It is what it is. We never win here. We go home. We had an opportunity to go ahead and to close the gap between Arsenal. What we didn't close that gap. So we still put ourselves in a position that we need to do it the hard way. But you know what? I still think we can do it. I still think we can go ahead and do it in a way, but it's not easy. So
What went wrong today?
It's hard to say. We were not the City we've seen before. I think all season, Cheesy, we were not the City we've seen in the last few months, in the last few years. Whether that's mentality, or whether that's the fire that Pep was talking about, it's difficult to say, Cheesy. Something is not right, but it doesn't matter. We support the team, whether it's like this or it's like how it was. We go, but there was an opportunity to go ahead and we didn't take it, so let's go. So that's what I say. Let's do this.
We just didn't play, lost our identity, messing with the team too much. Rico, great prospect, but he's not a left back or wherever we tried to play him. Don't know what Rodri was doing. Poor, just poor.
Good enough from City. You know what? I think it's a transition season. We need to get players out, get new players in, new faces in, and then we'll be back. Pep's going to be back.
Not good enough. Really, I'm very disappointed in the match. Very disappointed. Just not good enough. Need to be better than that. Is there something going on what we don't know? I just can't put my finger on it. I just cannot put my finger on it. You know, we're supposed to be really an attacking team, and I just know there's just something not right there. We're missing key players injured. Pepper set adjustment. I don't know. Obviously, I hope it's nothing like that, but it's just something I can't put my finger on, and something's not right at the moment. And truthfully, how many chances are you going to get to playing this title back?
I just think we haven't scored. We've never scored in this place. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable when you think the number of goals we've scored. The lineup, I mean, I'm not criticising Pep, so don't get me wrong. I'm not a manager, won't pretend to be, but I just can't understand it. I can't understand how Akanji is in front of Laporte. And then in the midfield, when Kevin De Bruyne comes on so late in the game when we haven't been able to, if we're looking to thread balls through, we haven't been able to do it. And yet, he persists with it and persists with it. And with Cancelo going, I think there's something less harmonious in the background, wherever that might be. I don't know, but it just feels like that to me. I mean, I'm just so disappointed. I think the money I spend to get down here, because I stop over, because I couldn't do a day trip. And then you just don't get, you know, to lose by a good team. I hold my hands up. But to lose by a shout, I mean, what have they got? When we make them a ridiculous mistake, passing out from the back, we get punished, and that's it. So, I won't swear, but I'm really off.
Keep the faith.
But, you know, I'll be at Villa and so we go on. But it's just disappointing. I mean, I just cannot. I mean, was it 40 minutes? 40 minutes before we. Oh no. Had a meaningful shot. I think Mara's hit the post after 40 minutes, and was it really had a go just before that? But I mean, it's unbelievable. Which, you know, I just don't know what's going on. Maybe we've been spoiled. Have we been spoiled? Maybe that's it. I think that's right. Oh, you're right. We've been spoiled. I need to sort of lower my expectations, because in the past I've seen some unbelievable football that's taken me. Yeah, that's taken me breath away. That you have to sort of like, is this real? So maybe that's it. And I know nothing lasts forever, and those
almost perfect moments, a briefing moment. So perhaps I've expected too much, but I thought we would put in a better, just a better show. You know, if we need to combat them, then combat them. But I would have to say to the referee, I was amazed he would ever give a second yellow. I thought there's no way the match was going to end up. I mean, because they're niggling fouls, you know, like, or stopping play. I thought there's no way he would have the bottle to, so fair play to him. And we couldn't score, so, and they scored from a ridiculous mistake by us, so, you know.
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith. Keep the, oh hang on, keep the faith.
I don't think there's much point in me adding very much to that last contributor, so thanks very much to RRG, to Eamar Development and Timpson for supporting the vlogs, and for everybody who's contributed as usual. Next game is against Aston Villa. I've got a couple of very special guests on the audio podcast this week, so make sure you download that from SoundCloud or follow me on Twitter at Ian Cheeseman and you'll get the link. But even on a day like today, even though it's been a disappointing one, and even though, to be fair, Spurs were the better side on the day, I think it don't alter my perception at all of what I'm about and what most of them fans in there are about. It's great to be a Blue, but a disappointing day.